What's up, everybody? Threesome Podcast number 144. It's Lex and Stacey off to the races on another episode. That's been a while since the last one, so we got stuff.
Yeah, we're making it a habit, but yeah, it gives us lots of stuff to talk about. Well, when we do finally talk.
It's obvious by our brief conversation earlier today that both of us are going through a little something. So that's why there's been the delay in between episodes. It's just schmeg, really. You know, just a lot of things going on. I have a lot of things going on professionally and personally.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's not all bad by any means. It's just busy, so... Right. That's pretty much where it's at, and all I saw out of you is the word depression. So I'll let you take it from there.
No, it's not. It's not an all-encompassing thing. Just this last week, with the bombs and the synagogue shooting.
Yes,
just kind of overwhelmed me. I've really tried hard not to let Donald Trump depress me too much, but I think a lot of people in the country can tell you, since election night 2016, there has been kind of this dark cloud hanging over a lot of people that hasn't quite gone away, because you just can't lift yourself out of it, because every day it's this monster doing monstrous things. And this week was really just kind of, I just kind of holed up. I slept a lot. I knew I was depressed. I just was on the couch a lot.
You don't think the Jewish shootings are Donald Trump's fault, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
Yes. He, first of all, let's go back to Charlottesville when they were shooting, when they were screaming all the anti-Jew stuff then. Mm-hmm. And, his comment was, there's very fine people on both sides.
Yes.
So there's him in his own stupid Trumpian way, enabling the Nazis, the neo-Nazis, the white nationalists, since that seems to be a big fave word right now, nationalist. And then it turns out that this particular Jewish group, the synagogue, they personally were doing some stuff. They have been helping some refugees, offering supports, giving money to, that kind of thing. And that was the other deciding factor.
Being
in
kind,
this
decent people.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it was the refugees/immigrant thing and them being Jewish. Those were the two deciding factors for this guy to target that synagogue. And of course,
you can't
we know
inadvertently put that right on Trump. Come on.
Are you kidding? Really? Because
is he
using the language of invasion with these people that are still 1,000 miles away, and he's already got, the U.S. military heading out there to the border, and it's all just for fucking show, because it's going to be 2 months before they make it here, even if they do. It's just bullshit. It's all fear-mongering bullshit, and this guy is a disgrace and a monster, and he's just the fucking worst. So yes, if you think that he had anything to do with the pipe bombs, then he had just as much to do with the synagogue shooting.
I don't think he had anything to do with the pipe bombs. I think that guy was a zealot all on his own.
A Trump zealot?
Yeah.
I'm sure Trump's words had a lot to do with it. Come on, don't sit there and say now that you don't think that his words, his speech, his hate, his rhetoric is not pushing people to that point.
I think we're all adults. We all are to make decisions.
You're assuming everyone's healthy. You're assuming everyone's a healthy adult. You can't assume that. You have to assume the worst.
All I know is you can't forensically put that on him.
Forensically, no. I'm sure no.
I mean, you got to be very careful what you say, Stacey.
I know. I don't have to be. I have to be careful, but you don't think Trump should be careful with what he says? Seriously?
No, he should be very careful. But, it's also up to citizens to get him out, by going to vote, and they're not doing it.
I hope so. And that's the other thing. I am just filled with such dread. I should be filled with hope about November 6th. But, I also didn't think that there was any way in hell that Trump would ever be elected. And he was, obviously, this 2-year nightmare. And I can't find any glimmer of hope. I hope that there's a big blue wave. I hope that we just annihilate the Republicans and get those weak fuckers out of office so that, real shit can get done, good shit, and the nation can start to heal. But I know it's not going to happen. I just know that these fuckers are going to keep persevering because they lie and they gerrymander and they are just the worst possible human beings that there are. And I'm just going to disappear after that. If there is not the blue wave, I will just get rid of my social media and honestly put my head as far deep into the sand as I possibly can. For my own self-worth and well-being, I have to do it.
Okay, but we have a deal to do, a podcast. Remember that.
I know that.
You have to.
It'll be all about sea otters and hedgehogs and Fiona the baby hippo and anything that's cute and fluffy.
Now, listen, I know things are fucked up. Not a huge fan of the guy, but I also... my bother and my hate goes more towards people who just don't think things out and look at all the angles and look where the bullshit's coming from and all that stuff, and agendas.
This past week, I have seen so many of these fucking conservative rednecks on social media sitting there talking, and Trump even did it himself, but when one of his tweets putting this whole bomb thing, and he put it in quotes, he is so lucky that none of those bombs actually went off. He is so lucky because, as far as anything I have read from all of the news media, all of the fake news media, those bombs were live and volatile. They could have gone off. And those are like
I heard just
Americans.
The opposite. I heard like maybe half of them could have.
Okay, well, still, if it's only maybe half of them, we still had normal Americans. That's like, your job, sitting there and one of your microphones in your studio could possibly explode, but you don't know this, but you're just doing your job because you're a normal American. Mm-hmm. You just don't assume that the stuff that you work with every day might explode.
Right.
And this guy put those people, Americans, in that situation. Forget for a second the people that all these packages were addressed to. Imagine all the people that touched those packages before they were finally confiscated.
Yeah, I talked to a buddy of mine that works for the post office. He has since we graduated from high school. He's still working there. And that's like 42 years. And he said he is ready to hang it up now.
Yeah.
Because it's just a matter of time before something comes through. He works at the big post office in downtown Jacksonville.
You almost hope that it is a bomb, because at that point, if you're lucky, and I'm just saying this like I don't want this to happen, but if you're lucky, it's quick and fast. And it's over. Instead of getting some like horrific, we've got the ricins, we've got the anthraxes and everything else. I am waiting for that new thing that nobody knows about that's been created in the lab somewhere that is so horrific, that you're going to wish a pipe bomb had gone off. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for these horrors, all because of Donald Trump and the fucking insane people who look at him and think he's the answer and that he's a good person. And they support him. These fucking faux Christians who sit there and think they have, that they're good people and they believe in God and Jesus and they go to church, but they've convinced themselves that Donald Trump is a fucking good man. Fuck you. Fuck you hard. God damn, I hate these people. Jesus.
Man, this is going to be an easy day today.
Sorry.
No, listen. I just push the buttons. I'm sorry.
Oh, you like it. You do this on purpose. I've been alone for the last week.
It's you that says, "Good afternoon, Stacey." Donald Trump.
But it's true. It's just true. These people think that people, and it's these stupid conservatives who can rationalize anything. Fuck them.
Well, I think the Democrats are fucking stupid for not playing dirty, too.
Oh, but as soon as we do, me right now calling out white men, as soon as that happens, now look, it's the rhetoric of the angry Democratic mobs. Fuck you, people. All of these shootings, with the exception of that Republican, softball team shooting, that was a liberal. Everyone else, all of these other shootings are crazy white conservative men with their guns and their bombs and everything else. So, fuck you all.
They're called Southerners, Stacey.
Oh, God. Your listening audience.
Well, I see all that's getting to you. I've tried to stay busy and stay away from all that, so I just see what I see on the news and we talk about on the air and so on and so forth. But the truth,
I am trying to stay away, but you can't. You just can't. I didn't even know about the black people getting assassinated at the grocery store until yesterday. They had been completely missed by me because of the bombs and the shooting, the synagogue shooting, So there's like 3 hateful things that happened in the United States in the last week. And I'm sorry if you don't think that Donald Trump's shadow is not at least, casting a darkness over these events. You're sadly wrong. His fingers are in everything that is bad and wrong in the United States.
All right, I'm just saying, forensically, no. You got to be honest about that. Influence? Sure.
You also have to be... sure. Okay. Yes, influence. That's what we're talking about. I don't think he actually has his fingerprints actually on each of those pipe bombs, even though that would be great.
Oh, my God.
Little tiny, tiny thumbprint right there in each one.
Now, that's the definition of a control freak right there. You need to see somebody if you're that involved in the process. I want you out of office because you're a shitty delegator. Not because all the other things.
And, I too was sitting there watching and with the bomb thing and all this stuff because, they're all, the people that are all into the conspiracy theories now and everything, which, another thing, I'm going off sidetrack here. I am pissed off that I cannot enjoy my conspiracy theories now because I don't want to be lumped in with all of these fucking morons. So I've had to give up the conspiracy theories and will for a long time to make sure that in no way, shape, or form, anyone thinks that I'm like an alt-right freak.
Too late.
Oh, whatever. Fuck you.
God, I've missed you. Haven't had anybody to fuck with for a while.
But, yeah, so anyway.
Lisa doesn't care about any of this shit. And besides that, she's gone anyway.
In what way?
As in gone.
Wow, we haven't spoken in a while.
It just happened this past weekend.
Okay, good.
It's all good.
I'm sorry. I'm happy it was this last weekend.
How'd you like that setup?
Overwhelming sadness for the last 3 months, and I haven't noticed. So sorry. I'm sorry. She'll be back. She's always back.
No. Not this time. Not this time.
Well,
we made a very amicable, educated, smart decision and left on really good terms, and I'm happy.
And in 2 weeks, you will be waist deep inside her again.
Nope. I don't think so.
I do.
Everybody does, based on our history. But
exactly.
But no. This is different. things got discussed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What?
No,
things?
I mean, just we got in kind of a quicksand thing. It's like she went through like this depressed state for a while, and I kind of got pulled into it, and then she got pulled deeper into it. I got pulled deeper into it, and before we went under, we looked at each other and went, "This has to stop."
Right, and sometimes those things are really hard. I've never been able, for some stuff like that, to ever back up out of with someone.
Yeah, we
Once
did.
you get to a point, you can't go back.
We did, and it's fine.
Obviously not well.
And we came out of it with love and respect for each other, and we're just gonna call it a day, man. That's it.
And for 2 weeks.
Yeah, the thing that kind of incited it was the pets thing. The apartment complex getting word from one of their maintenance people we had too many pets, and all of a sudden they just went real dicky on us. And
after how many years did you guys get a new dog or something?
No. It's the same group we've always had.
I was gonna say, okay.
And so do we have more than we should? Yes. But
as someone who at one time had 5 dogs and 3 cats in the house with a really shaggy husband, I understand.
Yeah. And she just said, maybe it'd be good for me to go home, take several of these guys with me, and let's both get our shit right. And I went, that's what I was gonna say.
For 2 weeks, and then she'll be back.
No, she won't.
You said that last time too.
She seems very happy to be gone. She was not happy to be gone the other times. She's good. I'm good. It was a good talk. I will love that chick till I die. She's tremendous.
Well, here's hoping it's a long time. Don't say that. You're 60 now,
Yeah, but I'm in shape. And I take care of myself.
Circling the drain.
No, I'm not circling the drain. Go fuck yourself.
You're 60. You've started.
No,
It
never
might be the
smoked.
slow swirl
Never
right in
smoked.
the out.
I've hardly drank. I take care of myself. I eat right.
You have done copious amounts of cocaine, and you've smoked a lot of pot.
Yeah, 40 years.
So your
ago.
lungs, will still. You've got that big lump of calcium growing in the middle of your heart.
No, I don't. My heart is below 25.
You had that calcification thing going on at one point.
No, I never had calcification in my heart.
What was it? What was that big hunk of
tachycardia?
You had something growing there too.
I did not have something growing there. Ever.
All right.
No, my ticker's good, man. I had my ablation and it's all good.
All right.
Beats like a champ now. So it's all good.
So have you gotten laid then by anyone new?
Well, she just left. I got laid Friday night.
Was it a goodbye lay, or was it before you knew it was going to be the end?
No, it was. We had a nice weekend. I'm telling you, this ended right. It did.
Well, good. That is a good thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say my marriage ended well, but it ended quickly and really as little painful as possible. So, and now I just don't care. So it's not like he's getting angry messages from me or anything.
Yeah, I mean, at this juncture, being a few days away and everything, I definitely have love, respect, hope for her that she finds happiness.
Just not tomorrow. That would be kind of ouchy.
I don't see that happening, but if it does, it does. What do you do?
Well, at that point, nothing. Just silently suffer.
At that point, I'd at least say she waited till it was over to do something, and I'm still good with it. It may ouch. I'm positive of it.
I'm just fucking with you.
I have never had to worry about her, and she me.
So are you going to go to Starbucks and just camp out then? They were looking for hot chicks. How are you going to
I'm not really in a chick place right now. For the first time, like maybe ever. I am not really super excited about my prospects there.
Well, don't give up.
No, I'm not giving up. It's not that if I happen to meet somebody, that feeling will return. But I'm not sitting here going, okay, let's see what's out there right now.
Right. So, do you have Tinder on your phone?
No.
Good. What about Christian Mingle?
I will. Ultimately.
What about Christian Mingle?
Christian Mingle? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, those chicks will believe anything.
You just made it all about you. I love it. No, listen, I'll get into Bumble and Tinder and all that shit ultimately.
Farmers dating something.com. What is it? Farmer something.
Oh, that's probably where she'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that? Farmer something or other?
I don't know. And I'm afraid to touch anything on my computer.
Yeah, it's like, let's be poor together.
Yes. Smell like cow shit.
Come on over and help me feed today.
That earthy scent of hog.
Yeah.
And not the good kind.
No, a real hog. One that most of us in the city have never seen. One that keeps growing and growing and growing and eats all your shit and
all of the animal scents that there are in farming. Chickens, well, I'm assuming any kind of poultry, but chickens usually is what they have the most of in large groups, and pigs.
Yeah.
Those are the two that stink. Just fucking reek. So gross.
Yeah.
I mean, I live, there's a whole bunch of cows and then like 28 horses next door. And like they're really close. And then, of course, I've got my donkey and my goat, out back and stuff. And there are times, like on a warm summer day, where I will get like a whiff of manure. But it's not bad. Like I'm used to it now. And, I don't say that I go, oh God, that smells great. I love summer, but it's like nothing that bothers me. It's more of a homey thing.
No, I used to smell it, when Samantha was riding, and it's kind of comforting or something. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but you're not going, oh God.
No. But like pigs and hogs, they're sharp. It's like nose hair curling, burning fumes that go right up your nose, and then that sticks with you for days.
Yeah,
it's like
sticks to your hair too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not my scene, and it's hard.
I've been looking at like little baby pigs, but I don't think that I would ever get a pig. I think they're a lot of work. Plus, they can bite.
Yeah.
Dogs can bite too, but I don't know. I just don't feel that I could keep a pig from biting me as easily as I can a dog.
Yeah, especially when it gets to be 500 pounds.
Yes, they get big.
It just sits on top of you and eats your face.
Those little teacup ones, they still grow up to be big. They don't stay that like tiny little cute pink size.
Yeah, like the one on the Home Depot commercial. Your floors can take anything. Yeah, let's see your floors in 5 years when that motherfucker's 400 pounds and just dropping dookie all over the carpet all the time, and your teenager doesn't even mess with it anymore because she's past the cute pet phase. And now you're just a housewife with a husband fucking around on you, cleaning up pig shit and lemonade all over the house that fucking thing's knocking over.
My mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law.
A nice picture, huh?
You are. It's great. When my husband was a baby, she was not married. She just had him, and she worked on a ranch in Texas and had this little tiny house, for the farmhand, whatever. And so, in the summer when he was when she'd put him down for a nap, of course, this again was early 70s. So there was no air conditioning or anything. So she would actually go outside and in a lawn chair, read a book or something under the window of his bedroom so she could hear if he was starting to cry or anything, because, they didn't have baby monitors back then either. So she'd be there, and she had a horse named Major, and the horse, a full-size horse, would come up and, lay down at her feet and curl up next to her like this enormous dog.
Wow.
She's reading, and people driving by would kind of slow down to look at the woman with her horse. And one time she got up, she had to run in the house for something, and she was back in the bedroom with him. And when she came out, apparently she hadn't latched the kitchen door, and the horse had walked into the kitchen, followed her into the house. And so then there was this big thing where she's trying to very carefully get the horse back out of the kitchen. And I guess that took some finagling.
Wow.
Because it was pretty happy to be in the house.
Yeah, that's a loved owner right there.
Now, my donkey will not get close enough to the house to do that. But the goat, I'm very careful about, because I know the goat would gladly come in the house if she could. So I hurry, if she's nearby when I'm outside, to open and close the house door so she can't come in.
That's so weird, man. You pet lovers. I mean, I'm a pet lover, but just to a degree. I want a dog and a cat, maybe. And then I'm good.
Well, my one donkey passed away back in April.
I remember.
And so this summer, I have just one donkey and one goat now. And they have always kind of hated each other, the donkeys and the goats. It was like a West Side Story thing going on in my backyard all the time. But this summer, I opened up the gates to both of their pens and just left them open, because my backyard is fenced in, so they can wander in the backyard, not bother anyone. And they are still out there, but they have totally bonded now, finally, because they're both herd animals, so they have to be around other critters just for them to feel good about themselves. And they totally are together all the time now. They sleep together. They hang out in the barns together. They'll take turns going back and forth from each of their barns and stuff. And I feel much better that they have each other now.
Yeah. That helps.
Yes, it does. There's nothing worse than a mopey goat or donkey.
No, it's hard to watch any pet mope outside of its normal behavior. Nothing will break your heart quicker and make you want to do something for them than that.
Mama donkey, when the baby died, she wasn't a baby, she was 8, but oh my God. She just, when I found her, when I was standing there and I'm crying, having this big ugly cry because I didn't know that she was going to die or anything, and then Mama Donkey came up and stood next to me and just leaned against me. And I was like, I'm so sorry your baby died.
Aww.
And she just stood there, and we just stood there for a long time. And then I watched.
I think she came up to tell you you're making an ass of yourself.
Nice.
Thank you.
I was alone, so it was just me and her. So
yeah. That's when I do my cries too. It's
critters know it's good to have a cry around a dog or a cat.
Oh yeah,
or in this case, a donkey.
They'll surround you.
Mm-hmm.
They know when you're in a fucked up mood.
Yeah,
unlike the people in your life.
Yeah, oblivious fuckers.
Dad, I need money for a new dress. Really? Because I lost the house today.
I've been eating ramen for 2 weeks straight. You haven't noticed anything?
Yeah. You haven't commented on your dad's slender physique. How I got it is even sadder.
Because really, there's only so much iceberg lettuce one person can eat.
The last time I ate was on the 4th.
But I'm staying hydrated because water's free.
But hey, your mother's doing fine.
And I'm happy I don't live in Flint.
Yeah, and she gets nothing but the picture of happiness. That may have been a mistake. Dad would never kill himself. He's a rock.
I do believe, and of course I'm not a parent, so I know it's hard, but I do believe that there's one thing to protect your kids, but then I think you also do them a disservice if you don't let them at least get a glimpse of all facets of life.
Oh, I do.
Well, I wasn't talking about you. Plus, she's an adult now, so
yeah,
she gets to discover all that misery and sadness on her own.
And she is. You know what happened to her over the weekend? Let me tell you how fucked up this is. So, she, being a young single person, I'm trying to keep the heat on as much as I can without having her default on like bills or go broke or whatever. But it's like I'm just giving her enough money to get by, right?
Right.
Well, over the weekend, she hadn't, a couple weeks ago, this towing service came through the garage of her apartments and put stickers on all the cars that the tag wasn't up to date and said, you have a couple weeks to fix this. So she, of course, in her suburb white teen wisdom, thought that would never happen to me, and came out Sunday morning to go to work and her car was gone.
Oh, no.
So she calls me up and she goes, Dad, I came out to get in my car and it's not here. So my first question, did you go out and get loaded last night? She goes, no, I was home. Thanks. I went, okay, just covering bases. Is the car up to date payment-wise? Yes, I've been paying it like you told me right on the first of the month to improve my credit.
A little suck up, isn't she?
I went, okay. That's good so far.
And thank you for the detail.
I said, did you take care of that little sticker situation from a couple weeks ago? She goes, is that what this is? I said, that is what this is.
They weren't kidding.
So I said, give me the number on the sticker, and I will call them and see what it costs to get it out. She goes, the sticker's in the car. I went, okay. I said, well, I'll call the leasing office and find out who that is. And she goes, the leasing office isn't open on Sundays anymore. And I said, you know what?
You're screwed.
I said, you know what? I'm going to prove to you that I will resourcefully find this number, and I will call these people, and I will let you know what's going on. Well, I said, your job is to beat me to that. Because I'm going to ask you to pay me
and walk around.
Because I'm going to ask you to pay me back otherwise.
Ooh.
And she goes, I don't need any fucked up parenting right now. And I said, okay, well then you pay for it.
Ooh.
How's that for fucked up parenting? She was, I'm sorry. I went, yeah, okay.
Not too late. Fucked up. You said it.
Okay.
You can't take it back.
Get your shit straight. This is your fault. Own it. It's the only thing you own right now. You don't even own your fucking car until you pay it off. The bank does. It's not yours.
The depreciation, everything, it's not like you really,
Yeah, exactly. 21-year-old white chick like you, even though I've told you 1,000 times, probably hasn't even changed the oil yet, have you? Yes?
Probably not.
No, she has.
Twice. Once every 6 months, whether it needs it or not.
Yeah, she goes to the office, and I gave her a couple hours head start to get the number. And she calls me up. She goes, my boss is going to give me the money.
Ooh.
She goes, and all I need from you is for you to...
And I only need to blow him. So
it's a her.
Oh. I only need to
all I need from you is to come pick me up at 5 o'clock. I said, really? Is that all you need on the last day Lisa and I are spending together? hanging out and watching football.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
And that, folks, is Lex's fucked up parenting right there.
Yep.
The guilt. It's like you're a Jewish mom.
But it's delivered so much meaner. With so much more sarcasm and carelessness. She goes, "What do you expect me to do?" I said, "Why don't you hit your boss up for some Uber money?"
Or liquor.
And she says, "Dad, I really need you to do this." And I went, "Uh-huh." "Please." There it is. Okay.
What a sadistic bastard.
I said, "I'll see you at 5. So I went and picked her up, took her out there, and the chick at the towing place was just a mean asshole.
Awesome.
She goes, "It's a good thing you got here, because 2 hours from now it doubles." I went, "Well, that's nice, but we're here, so that speech really isn't needed, is it? Why don't you just take her license and her money and give us the fucking car? And shut your fucking mouth and don't talk to her like that." Or anybody for that matter. Because you're just a white trash bitch behind a trailer cage taking money for taking people's cars that can't afford it. It's a ruse, it's a racket, and fuck you. Give her the car. So some guy comes to the cage, he goes, "Is there a problem here?" I said, "There shouldn't be. She has her license and her money, and you have her car. That's the deal, right?" He goes, "It is." I went, "Well, then let's execute it."
Maybe that wasn't the best, word choice.
He goes, "Take care of this. Take care of these people." I was like, "Yeah, take care of us."
What a dick.
She was the dick.
I know.
Little power-hungry white trash bitch. So we're walking to the car. Sam goes, "Thanks for what you said to the white trash bitch." I said, "Right now you're a white trash bitch. You're going to get your towed car that has an out-of-date tag on it. And we're going to take care of that when?" She goes, "Tomorrow." I went, "You need an inspection. You actually have an hour and 15 minutes to get that done today. Why don't you?"
Or it doubles.
Yeah, since I've asked you to numerous times. How many do you think? 11, 12, 25? After all, your birthday's in June.
Lex, and who has 2 thumbs and fucked up parenting? This guy.
I said, "Listen, people aren't going to be gracious and nice for shit like this. It just doesn't happen. So you have to forgo that nice top that looks great in the window for paying your fucking shit off. You have to. It sucks. It sucks big time, but that should motivate you more, make you work harder, get in a position of authority, make more money, work your fucking ass off. That's how this works."
Agreed.
I said, "You think somebody just gave me a fucking talk show when I turned 35? No, I fucking earned it."
That and blowjobs.
I earned it.
The hard way.
I don't care how it got done.
One load at a time.
That's right.
But see, Lex is the smart one. He just kind of did the fluffing. He made Terry swallow.
And still do.
Yes. Sorry, Terry. I'm just kidding.
These are all jokes, kids.
Yes.
Good old fashioned hard work and politicking got us where we are. We didn't have to suck any dicks anywhere. But the jokes are funny. I got here in spite of my idiotic comments.
I know, isn't that like The guy, in spite of myself.
Yeah. Answered questions that like bosses didn't think you'd answer. Like when you're in the room with another guy that's going for the same job you are and go, what makes you think you're better than him? And you turn to him and look at him, because I am. And I've already proved it. He hasn't done this and this and this, and I've done this and this and this, and it should be a no fucking brainer who gets this job. So are you that guy that picks the guy you like or picks the guy that should have the job? I'll wait outside.
Dumbass. Dumas.
Making sure he knows that if he picks the other guy, there's a bunch of people in the building that think he picked the wrong guy, and if he picks me, I own him. It's really simple stuff.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you just have to tell people things, and they'll do it. Isn't that right, Stacey?
Sure.
Seems to be working right now in other places. Mine was from just my own benefit and nobody else's, disgrace or improvement. But you really just got to tell people what to decide sometimes, and they'll do it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to be told. I'll fully admit that.
Especially when you're an inept general manager that got put there because you actually sucked dick to get there. And you actually have somebody competent telling you how to win and get this right, and your name gets to be on it.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how I put it.
Minus the dick sucking part.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see I posted it on our Facebook page, and by our I mean the podcast Facebook page. But Greta Van Fleet's album went to number 1 on Billboard.
I know, isn't that awesome?
Good for them.
Yep. Good for us that rock bands are still out there as a viable commodity.
Yep.
See? Straight ahead rock band, 4-piece rock band, writes some great fucking rock songs and goes to where? Number one. In your fucking face, Imagine Dragons. 21 Pilots, you pussies.
It's great because like everyone on my Facebook timeline, because 85% of the people I know are all like Michigan people.
Yeah.
So everyone's like sharing this story. Even my mom.
Yeah.
She's 73. She's like, oh, look, a Michigan band went to number 1. And like, you're so cute, Mom.
Yeah,
oh my God, you're so cute.
Like it's the first time. No offense, Kid Rock, Bob Seger, Ted Nugent, Grand Funk,
Stevie Wonder,
all of Motown,
White Stripe.
Yes. Finally, somebody's done something.
The Amboy Dukes.
Yes. MC5.
So there's a lot of. I don't think he's from Michigan. I can't even think of his name right now. Josh Groban, whom I adore, because he has that classical voice, and it's just his beautiful voice, not any kind of music that I like, but then he's very funny.
Yeah,
he studied at Interlochen at Traverse City in Michigan, because Traverse City Interlochen is this very, very prestigious arts school.
God, I love Traverse City.
Michigan rocks all around, really.
That for those of you that want a really cool vacation spot in the summer, go.
Traverse City, Michigan.
Great golf, great lake, great weather, great restaurants.
The sand dunes are right there.
I mean, a cool fucking place.
The viewers of Good Morning America? Is that ABC's morning show?
Yes.
The viewers of Good Morning America voted the sand dunes there the most beautiful place in the entire United States. That includes Alaska and Hawaii.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, see, I was up there for a horse show, so I didn't get to see him. But
I remember that. You came in through Milwaukee, if I recall.
I did. Because Google Maps said I could drive right over the lake to get there.
I'm so sorry.
I still have a picture of it on my phone somewhere.
No, Traverse City, I think, does have a little tiny airport. I don't know if it's big enough to take commercial traffic.
No, it's not. Okay. You have to fly into Grand Rapids. And which I'd never been through there before. I didn't realize how big Grand Rapids was.
It is the second biggest. Obviously, Detroit's the biggest in Michigan. Grand Rapids number 2.
What market size is it total?
Grand Rapids. I think. I know I'm thinking out loud. Back in the day, I think it was like around Jacksonville size. I think.
I think it's a little bigger. I think it might be a little bit bigger. I think it's like 36 or 35 or something like that. Jacksonville is like around 41 right now.
Oh, it's gone up. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Immensely.
Good.
Yeah, I guess. But I'll tell you right now, man, that is a nice place up there. If you, America, have not gone to Traverse City, that's a nice change. I mean, it just has a different feel for any other vacation spot in the United States. And
it has Interlochen, this prestigious arts school. So there's like really, really talented kids that go through there. Like we're talking Juilliard type prestigious.
Yeah, which Josh Groban is.
Yes.
And speaking of music, have you heard anything that kicks your ass lately?
No. I'm very much sticking with like music that I already know. I haven't really branched out.
Yeah, the only reason I branch out is Spotify just keeps throwing stuff at you.
I need to turn that on, I think, like with my music stuff so that I can kind of force feed myself new stuff.
Yeah.
I should just do it on principle.
I'll tell you this much. Spotify to me is the best of them all as far as exposing you to that without taking you out of your comfort zone. They'll throw you a bunch of songs you've heard of bands you love, and then they put 5 or 6 like new artists in there that are and chances are you're going to like 2 of them and pull them into your list. And it's cool. It's just a really nice platform. Just fun to, move stuff around on and make lists. It's real easy. They don't care how many times you've downloaded the song. Although I wish they'd give you the option to just have the song downloaded once.
Right.
So excuse me, you don't get
bless you
repeats.
Bless you.
So it's a lot of fun. I think you can try it for free.
See, I've got excuse me, I've got Alexa. Amazon.
Okay. Well,
so I've got music through there, and I really it's me just like while I'm cooking saying, "Hey Alexa, play this." Oh, she's gonna say something. Probably I need to be careful. And the other day she was down, and I realized then how much I really rely on her because I'm like just standing at my kitchen counter because she sits on my kitchen counter, and I'm just screaming at her, "Alexa, play this."
Yeah, I have an Apple HomePod, and it mirrors Siri on your phone and drives you absolutely crazy.
Well, no, she just wasn't working because she'd say, "I'm sorry, I can't play that right now. Try me again later." And I'm like, "No, I need you to play this now." I was like really upset. So it was, I'm sure somewhere because, they record everything. They know everything that's happening in your house.
I was on my phone on the couch and I was trying to call somebody. And of course, got all, jumbled up and shit. I went, "Fucking Siri." And out of the other room, I hear, "Is that really necessary, Lex?"
You start getting heckled by your AI.
I said, "If you can't make a fucking phone call, yes, it is."
I know. That was me. Like, "Alexa, play, Kisses by the Struts." I'm like, inches from her, just screaming at her, "I'm sorry, I can't play that right now." And I'm like, no.
No.
I need my music while I cook. I actually went on Twitter, "Is Alexa down for anyone else?" And a couple people said yes. So I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, there's some cool shit out there, man. It's like when you go into a tech department at Best Buy or whatever, it's like you want so much stuff.
For those of you who have Amazon Alexa, just say to her, "Alexa, play Yes, Sire." And it's a game, and it's kind of a funny game. The guy who narrates it is very snarky. He just has this like dripping, like disdainful voice, like, that kind of.
What's he do? Ask questions or?
It's like a medieval game, you're king, and if you're king, you have to, how many bales of straw should the kingdom make for the winter? And you'll say 5 or something, and then he will either completely just rip on you for your terrible answer, or you'll get points for like your good answer. But you can't go over a certain number of points. Or you do too well, and then there's like some sort of mutiny.
Then you got to start all over again?
Yes.
Boy. Been there.
See, yes. It's like Lex's life story.
Pretty
this
much.
Game.
I had all the right answers. And then one big wrong one. That was still a right answer.
I was like, it wasn't really wrong. It was just
wrong at
mistaken.
All. No, it
was it was looked at wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was completely upfront from the get-go.
I'm sorry about that. That is shitty.
Yeah. I told her, man, 2 years before I met Lisa, I told her, your decision today, based on a conversation we were having, based on how you answer it, is how I'm going to live the rest of my life. And then waited a long time to meet somebody worth it.
And see how well that worked out.
It's not like I went out drilling hoes,
He was like an oil rig operator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did everything the right way, so I could sleep at night. I wasn't trying to impress. I wasn't trying to impress.
You had all the horror stuff going on too.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to impress anybody else. I just wanted at the end of it to be able to wake up when it was all said and done and look Samantha in the eye and know that she knew every thought I had through the whole process and that I could live with my actions. That was it.
And get some much younger pussy.
That was not the original plan, believe it or not. Pussy was not even in the original plan.
But look at how it worked out. Much younger pussy.
But pussy fucked up the plan to a degree. Cost me a lot of money. Yeah, a lot of angry money in that divorce.
Angry money.
Yeah, very angry money. Know what I'm saying? I think you do.
Soon. Once, I actually get divorced, I think. I haven't even gotten a lawyer yet. We're still married. I don't even know where he is to send the papers if I had them drawn up.
Yeah, it's amazing how strong you become, and realize that while I'm going to miss this person, I think everything will be okay.
I haven't even missed him. And I'm saying this honestly with no hate. I truly, I don't care. He doesn't even make me mad because it's just a level of not caring. But it's not a hateful not caring. Good, I hope you die, not caring. Not at all. Yeah, I don't care.
It's like I never really wanted anything bad for my ex, I really, hope she gets her shit together and gets happy and all that. And for all I know, maybe she has.
Is she still living with that person that she knew and was helping because that weird shit with the murder was going on or shooting?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
That was such an interesting story. I hope you can tell that on the air sometime.
In due time, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I
was like, I'm pulling a chair up and I'm going to listen hard to this story because it involves a shooting.
That situation ended up being much to do about nothing and just a bunch of hurt feelings over a couple of weeks and all that. But
shooting.
But I'll fucking tell it one day. A bullet
in a body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hospitalization.
Yeah, that wasn't necessary by any means.
We kind of frown on the
I'd be pissed, personally.
Really?
I don't think I could just let it go, but we'll just leave it at that, shall we?
Yes.
I'd be at home in an attic somewhere going, oh bitch.
Really? Let's play.
Oh, man.
Right now, I know you and I both, in our own little minds and our little worlds, we are both like sitting there briefly losing ourselves in thought to, how would I handle that?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I'll tell you exactly how I'd handle it. Somewhere in the next 3 to 5 years. You
got to let enough time go by so that they drop their guard.
Yeah, you have to let the planet rotate a few times. You just can't jump right back in there. You got to have some patience if you're really going to get away with it. Yes. And that would be my plan.
To get away with it.
I had a friend of mine, his daughter got raped, and the family, the kid from the family that did it, they had like tons of money. I mean, just filthy rich, and just, shamed her in court and made her look like shit and, made her look like she sleeps with all kinds of people and she doesn't. And, he was just riddled with anger. And
understandably so.
And I just said, you have a bad heart, right? And he goes, yeah, I'm not expected to really live past 50. But my grandfather, my dad, my great grandfather are all. I said, do you kind of know when it's, getting worse? He goes, oh yeah, before I had my bypass and all that, and got on this medicine. He goes, I couldn't make it through the day. I said, could you make it through one more? Say it's 20 years from now. Could you? I said, because that's when you get him. I said, so you die killing that son of a bitch, and that's the last thing your adoring daughter sees.
Daddy's revenge.
Instant hero.
This time it's personal.
Instant legend. You win. He loses. He goes, you are one sick fuck. I said, nope. Just a guy who wants somebody to get what they have coming to them.
Someone who plans.
Yeah. That's all.
Methodically.
He goes, it really isn't a bad idea. I said, it's not an idea. It's a plan. I just gave it to you.
You're welcome.
The idea was weeks ago. I've formulated the plan. This is how this is going to happen. All you have to do is do it.
And die.
All you have to do is pay attention to your fucking ticker. When it starts going bad and it's near the end, make sure it is the end for that asshole. God knows how many people in the next 20 years he's going to do this to. Ugh. Especially since his parents let him get away with it.
Like that Duke swimmer. Was it Duke?
Stanford.
Stanford, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yep. That guy. I mean, do you know, he was raping her behind that dumpster, and whatever he was doing exactly to her was so horrific that the two foreign guys who saw it and stopped it, broke down and cried when talking to the police about it. Yeah. And, they had to, the medical people, she had pine cones and dirt inside her that they had to, clean out of her.
Yes. That's an angry motherfucker there.
Yes.
And what did he end up with? Nothing.
I don't think he'd have got anything because he's a swimmer. This would ruin his life. Yeah. Even though there were actual witnesses, this wasn't like a Brett Kavanaugh thing where no one can remember because it was 35 years ago.
Right.
These two guys caught him in the act. So, I mean, he did it. But this might ruin his life. Fuck her and the pine cones and things inside her.
I would so go to prison.
I think a lot of people would.
Yeah. I mean, I'd just walk in with a double sawed-off 12-gauge and just fuck him forever.
And, they did that to her, too. Turned her into a whore.
Yeah.
The fact that she'd been drinking. Because apparently all females who drink, especially if you're college age or younger, if you drink, that obviously means you're looking for some dick. And you deserve it.
I'd blow his head off, stick a pine cone in his mouth, and then I'd turn his body over and stick a pine cone in his ass.
I was going to say, I just think keep a nice little mallet, just keep pounding those fuckers right up his asshole.
Stick a Stanford flag in his ass.
Fucker. But yeah, they, and all the news stories about him, his swimming times were included because he was important, because he was a fast swimmer. And, this might ruin his life. If everyone thought he was a sexual predator, this might ruin his life. Of course, she'll have, to deal with that forever. And they made her sound like a whore in court. But, this might ruin his life, even though people saw him doing it.
Too bad the Gators won the championship anyway. Too bad. Sad story.
Yes.
Turns out
I feel better.
Needed after all. But, hey, good luck with that swimming thing. You're going to need it when we push you out of a ship in the middle of the ocean. 10 years.
Swim, little guy, swim.
Go on, Michael. Come on, Mark Spitz. Whatever the fuck you people's names are.
Greg Louganis. Wasn't he the...
He's a diver.
He's the diver.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. And gay.
Ryan Lochte.
Oh, he's one. He was so hot and then as dumb as is possible for someone to be.
He's a dumb motherfucker, man, but he was a gator.
He is drooling vapidly stupid. Yeah. I mean, it was as hot as he was, and I'm sure probably still is, I don't know, but he was, undeniably gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then he opened his mouth and it was like, oh, God, you can actually hear the cracking of my vagina as it dries up just from listening to him speak. There's no way I could have even gone there.
Yeah, Lisa said, if that guy was fucking me and said ja, I think I'd...
Try up?
Yeah.
Right around you.
Yeah, I think I'd dry up with his thing in me.
Good luck pulling that out.
And I said, well, you are getting close to that age anyway.
And it's a wonder she's not still here.
Hey, just here to remind you that it's not just happening to me, kid. There are no passes.
So, I mean, are you guys speaking? I mean, she left Sunday or she left yesterday? When did she leave?
She left yesterday. Yeah, we're speaking. Yeah, we're great. We're going to be
Well, I know, but if you're broke up, are you still texting? Because, the whole thing of breaking up is not
just to make sure she got there. Just to make sure she got there okay was the last text.
So do you still have Angus?
I do.
Okay, is Angus the only dog you have now?
He is.
Any cats?
I got Pickles, and Caesar is there, but she's coming back for them.
Oh, so you will eventually only have the one dog?
Yes.
Okay. Aw.
Yeah. She has some stuff she needs to come back for. She loaded the car as much as she could, which included 2 dogs already. And all her clothes. I mean, she took a lot of stuff for the size car she had. So, yeah, this is different.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's okay. I love her. She loves me. We're going to give it a go with another path for each of us. And I love the fact I had a relationship, if it ended this way, as opposed to a bunch of fucking drama and shit.
Good. You know why? It's because you didn't spawn together.
I'm just being an adult about it. Yeah, that's true, too.
I think not spawning has a lot to do with the happiness level once 2 people leave each other.
She.
I think a lot of people keep staying in a relationship that is not good for them, for the kid.
Yeah. Well, she took responsibility for a lot of stuff I'm glad she took responsibility for. Good. Because I would have had resentment had she not. But she owned it. She completely owned it, and I'm good with that.
Good.
So, as did I.
How long were you guys together? 5 years?
7.
Whoa. Time really flies when we don't do podcasts every week.
Yeah. Yeah. 7 and almost 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Beautiful years. They really were. Up until the last few months. And then just that missing thing became obvious. Where you're just.
Did she give you the ring back?
No.
Oh.
If she did, I don't know. If she did, I don't know where it is in the house.
Oh. Gotcha.
But I'm not worried about it. I know you want to bring it up.
I'll do it. I'm your texter.
Because, for one thing, I would not give it to another woman.
No, but you could sell it.
For what, really? I mean, on the
ton of ramen.
On the upside, I think I paid close to $4,000 or $5,000 for it. And that's retail. You know what it's really worth?
$199.
Probably. No. If she wants to keep it, she can keep it. If she wants to pawn it, she can pawn it. I would never give a ring that was on one woman's finger to a new one.
You could just say this was my mother's.
And I'll tell you why. There's a couple reasons. Because I think it's cheesy, and it also makes you earn the thought of wanting to marry a person if you're willing to that bad go brand new at it again.
Right.
If you have that ring sitting there, you're one drunk night away. Go, will you marry me?
My brother stupidly spent, I think it was $15,000 on a ring.
Is he still with her?
No. And she mailed it back to him. She mailed it back to him like in the mail without like any kind of insurance.
Oh my God.
Yes, he got back. Everything's good. but she put it in the mail.
Telltale sign is why you might be divorced. All right, so one more thing before I leave, Stacey, because I know you're going to be jealous. But guess what I get? Guess what I get to see tonight?
You're going to go see Pink Floyd with Space Ghost.
I'm going to see Bohemian Rhapsody tonight.
Yay! Good for you. Are you going to sing along out loud?
Probably.
Good.
I'm a huge Queen fan.
He looks like it. That, and you know what else I want to see? And I hate that I want to see it because it's so not, like, I'm not a musical person. In fact, I get really angry when anytime, like, song starts playing in a movie because I'm like, really? I don't want singing. But A Star is Born. I want to see that.
So I'm guessing you didn't go see Mamma Mia.
I have not seen any of the Mamma Mia movies or any of the Pitch Perfects or whatever they are.
I fucking hate musicals.
I do too.
I mean,
it's further proof I should have had a penis, I think, because I don't. Like, that's why I've always...
You want to send me to hell? Just give me all the Hugh Jackman jazz hand movies.
I know. He's Wolverine.
I know.
And a Broadway star.
Yeah. What a great SNL bit that would be to be doing jazz hands with the fingernails.
Tink. Wolverine claws.
He's just slicing up all his fellow dancers.
You could have him fighting The Rock, who has his child molesting robot. Yeah.
It's the best bit ever. I can't believe his manager let him do that. At some point, he must have been at lunch in New York or something. He goes, because I would have been like, whose idea was this?
If you didn't see it, when The Rock hosted Saturday Night Live, just like a year or 2, 3 years ago, whatever, it was fairly recently. It was this sketch that they did where, and I'm assuming like a Shark Tank kind of thing, where people were bringing inventions to this panel for them to like go yay or nay.
Yeah, it was for the school who was going to represent the school with their project, but it was a much grander scale. There was going to be like big businesses there, to hire them.
It's a very important thing.
Yeah.
And The Rock comes walking out with his robot, and he had designed and invented a robot that molests children.
So you don't have to.
And he kept a straight face, and everyone's like looking like, what? And he's like, no, look at the finger. He was just being so gross.
Let it get in trouble, not a human being.
It was so wrong.
This robot can do
everything that The Rock stands for.
This robot can do 20 years to life. It's okay.
I've started season 4 of Ballers, by the way. I still love that show.
Yeah, Ballers is great.
Really, really like it. And I shouldn't. It's kind of an identity crisis thing.
No,
because
it's like,
really, it's not something I should like at all.
It's basically Entourage with inferior acting.
I never saw Entourage, so... But he's like so perfect. He's polished. Even in this role, he's in those vests and those shirts, and he's just like hot and this hunk of man. But he's still got that weird, polished, perfect rock thing going on that he always has, even when he builds a robot that molests kids.
When you people got to look that up on NBC or on YouTube or whatever. It's a fucking great skit. A top fiver in SNL history.
Because you weren't expecting that.
I hold it in the same esteem as Belushi's and Chevy Chase's Captain Kirk when they came in to cancel the show. Chevy Chase goes over to Brandon Tartikoff and squeezes his shoulder. He goes, "Get your hands off of me." And give me those ears. We're going to auction those off. He pulls them right off his head. And then he goes to try to do it to his shoulder again. He goes, "Stop! It's over." And then Belushi goes, "It's not over till we say it is." Fire. And they're all like firing phasers. And Brandon Tartar goes, "Fellas, come get all this stuff. Take it to the salvage yard."
What I enjoyed was Pete Davidson, because I have like this weird thing for him because, like, again, he's someone I shouldn't like.
He's single now.
He really amuses me. I know that. But he amuses me, and it was his little takedown of Kanye on the Weekend Update the week after.
Yeah.
Kanye did all of his bullshit. And it was just like, I actually watched it a couple times because it was like, he just didn't give a fuck.
Oh, but I'll tell you about not giving a fuck. His dad was killed in 9/11.
Oh, I know. I've seen all of his, he talks about it and uses it. And
yeah, because he was blowing shit on like Terry Crews or somebody about Soul Plane. He goes, "I saw Soul Plane on my flight out here." He goes, "It's the worst thing that's ever happened to me regarding a plane." His dad died in 9/11.
He could say it. It's funny because, he could say it. He said he was 7. It makes sense. He doesn't know, doesn't remember. I mean, that's a long time ago for people that age. Think of all the stories when 9/11 happened of all like the women who were pregnant and their husbands were killed. And, those kids are 17 years old now.
Yes, they are.
They are about to head out into the world as adults and still don't have their dads they don't care.
I'd be interested in seeing the percentage that are going into the military.
That would be like becoming a cop or a fireman.
That would be fascinating, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To see what their career choice ended up being, whether it mattered at all. Whether their bitter mom or dad that was left turned them into killing machines or kept them completely away from it. I guarantee there's some standout statistic there somewhere.
On the upside, though, if they are,
the upside.
If they were all in New York, they're all city kids. So it's not like they are out in the woods with like their Vietnam vet uncle with a stockpile of munitions just waiting.
Yeah. Hey, at least when they become adults, maybe we'll have a better chance to get on standby.
Hey, you know what?
I'm sorry.
We're way over an hour.
I know. It's okay. Listen, we have a lot to talk about.
It's been a while.
It has. But, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, Stacey. I'm sure we'll have more to say next week. And we will do it next week.
Sure.
We always say that.
You have a lot less pets and bitch problems, so.
Yep. But, hey, somebody will find a way to fucking make me busy. Trust me. So it's not always Lisa's fault or the pets. As a matter of fact, I've been working on all kinds of stuff that doesn't involve them. So I got to be fair.
Does that mean Sam can move in with you now?
If she defaults on her apartment, which after seeing her behavior this weekend is a possibility. But her privacy means a lot to her, so I think that's the one bill she is paying.
Well, you could just say that's always like the great, ass puckering moment. I have a spare bedroom now, so you're more than welcome.
She's actually doing very well. So,
as I say, she's got a good head on her shoulders.
Oh, she does. She's, got her mind on 4 or 5 business opportunities and stuff she wants to do. So she's thinking about the right things.
Good. So when are you going to get this posted?
Probably tomorrow.
And that would be Wednesday. It's Tuesday today.
November 7th.
Ha. Oh God.
Thank you, Stacey. Have a great day.
That will be after the election.
No, it'll be up probably tomorrow, Thursday.
Tomorrow, which is Halloween.
I'm sorry, Thursday, the 1st at the latest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if it is the 7th when you finally get to hear this, please, by all means, call Lex out on our Facebook page and call him very nasty names.
And remember, just before this whole conversation, I said it'll be up the 7th.
Which is the day after the election. You might not ever
I got bullied into this. To putting it up tomorrow. It's going up tomorrow. You know what, Stacey? For you, I'll put it up tomorrow.
Oh, thank you, Lex. Mwah. You rock.
Don't mention it. I'll see you later.
All right. Bye, sugar tits.
Okay. Okay, bubble ass.
Bye.
Bye.